Okay. Now let us see the stepper motor interfacing with the two-phase unipolar system and how it is going to interface with this microcontroller. Now, depending on the current and voltage requirement, special driving circuits are required to interface the stepper motor with microcontroller. So you have to understand one thing. This stepper motor, whatever you saw, you cannot directly interface this with the controllers or processor. You cannot interface it directly. It has got its own architecture, and processors and controllers have got its own architecture. So it requires an interface. So in between the processor and the stepper motor, it requires an interface. So that is what we will be studying now. Now, depending on the current and voltage requirements, special driving circuits are required. So that is what special driving circuits are required. Now, stepper motor driving IC. So for that purpose, the interfaces are nothing but a kind of an IC called as ULN2803, or it is a simple transistor based driving circuit that can be used for interfacing stepper motors with microprocessors or controllers. So we will see that in the diagram. So you're seeing here, this is a microcontroller and this is a stepper motor. So this you cannot directly connect. So you're seeing this is a stepper motor, it has got so many coils. So it cannot, those pins cannot be directly connected to the ports of microcontroller. So for that reason, we are using a driver IC. So even in labs, we make use of interface boards. So how we do the entire, the physical component, that is a stepper motor, we are going to connect it to the driver boards. And that driver board will be connected to the ports. That is nothing but we saw that 8255, right? So it is connected to the 8255 IC of the controller, that is microcontrollers or microprocessors. So the communication, entire communication, it is happening through the port pins. So if suppose a microcontroller wants to rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, and it has to send the data. It has to send the data to the stepper motor. So for that purpose, it has to make use of the port pins. So those using those ports, 8-bit pins, we are going to send the data so that it rotates clockwise, or you can make it rotate anti-clockwise. So this can be done using making use of the driver IC. So now let us continue with the next topic. So now we will see a relay. What is this, a relay? It's an electromechanical device which acts as dynamic path selectors for signals and power. The relay unit contains a relay coil made up of insulated wire on a metal core and a metal armature with one or more contacts. A relay is nothing but a switch. Now, relay works on electromagnetic principle. So when a voltage is applied to the relay coil, the current flows through the coil, which in turn generates a magnetic field. The magnetic field attracts the armature core and moves the contact point. So the movement of the contact point changes when the power or signal flow path, the signal flow path. So a relay is a kind of switch, and it makes use of wire and a metal core. So since we are using the electromagnetic principle, we create a magnetic field, and we make the coil to get attracted to each other. So now let's see how it is in this diagram. We are seeing the three types of relay coils. Here, the left hand side you're seeing single pole, single throw, normally open. So if it is normally open, if I want to make it on, what I will do, I will energize this coil. So what will happen when we energize this coil, it gets attracted, it becomes a closed one. So it will become, it's in the on. It will be in the on state. And here it is normal, right now single pole, single throw, normally closed, means right now it is closed. So if I energize the coil, again it gets attracted. So what will happen, this particular thing will break. So now it's on. Later if I make it get attracted, it becomes off. So again we have single pole, double throw. That is, either you can activate this or this, means you will connect two different functionalities. If you enable this switch, it will perform one task. If you enable this switch, it will perform another task. For DIP switches, dual functionality switches, you're going to make use of the single pole double throw relays. So this is widely used for the switches. Now let's go to the relay driver circuit. So if you see, the relay is normally controlled using a relay driver circuit. This is a relay driver circuit connected to a port pin of the processor or controller. So this is mainly connected to the port pin. The transistor can be used as a relay driver. The transistor can be used as a relay driver, and the transistor can be selected depending on the relay driving current requirement. So if I activate this port, so definitely it is going to energize this particular relay coil. In turn, it will make this particular switch to get attracted. So they are widely used for the switches. Even we can connect the switches. Many applications we make use of the switches to connect to the processors. For that purpose, we make use of this relay coil and the relay driver circuits. So this helps to actually to connect to other devices. Now let's go to the next type of switches called as push button switches. Probably you would have seen this push button switches in torches, old torches. You are pushing the switch towards front and back and forth. You use, maybe right now you don't have torches, you don't make use of torches much, but few years back we were making use of torches where we widely use this push button. So push button switch is an input device. The push button switch comes in two configurations, namely push to make and the other one is push to break. Now what is this push to make and what is this push to break? So you're pushing for connecting something and pushing back, or you can enable or disable. That is nothing but push to make is nothing but enabling something. Push to break is you're disabling it. The switch is normally in the open state, means initially in the off state, and it makes a circuit contact when it is pushed in the push to make configuration. So initially it's in the closed state. When you take it to push to make state, it will get enabled. Now the enabling, there are two types. One is it could be a low pulse generator or a high pulse generator, means it could be active low or active high. Internally these configurations will be there, externally we will not know that. Okay, so if it is a low pulse generator, what is this? This is a port pin. If you energize this and this is connected to the ground, this switch, but this particular thing gets closed, this switch gets closed and then gets activated, means it is connected to ground, so it is active low. On the right hand side you're seeing active high. The port pin, whatever if you enable the port pin, if you pass high value to it, then what is happening? This will get connected. This switch gets closed here and it gets activated. So you are enabling it through high, and here you are enabling it through low. Both you are enabling it, but here you are enabling it passing the low signal, and here it is bypassing the high signal. Now in the push to break configuration, the switch is normally in the closed state and it breaks the circuit contact when it is pushed or pressed. In the push to break configuration, the switch is in the closed state and it breaks the circuit when it is pushed or pressed. Now the push button stays in the closed or open state. Again, the push button it could be in the closed state or in the open state. So as long as it is kept in the push state, and it breaks the circuit connection when it is released. So you can think of the torch example. So one thing, you are pushing it forward and you're trying to enabling it, so it becomes a closed state. And once you take it back forth, you're trying to push it back, so it is for push to break type. So it becomes an open state, means the state it will be in the released state. So the push button is usually used for generating a momentarily pulse. It is widely used in momentary pulse. You can think of the torches. This is a best example.